Good morning. Guess what we're doing today, girls? We're gonna go on an airplane. Yay! You girls and mommy, just the three of us, are flying together. Pro tip for you: if you're flying with little ones, don't get dressed in your airplane outfit until you fly, because if you get dressed, you might spill something like we have right here. We were just having smoothies for breakfast and it just got all over. So that is a lesson that we have learned in the past, and that is why I already have other outfits, not these, that they're gonna wear on the plane later. Just a tip for you if you're flying later in the day with little ones. I was just trying to think of any last minute things that we might have forgotten, and I totally forgot to pack this. This is their nighttime noise machine as well as baby monitor, but primarily we just use it for being a clock and a noise machine at night. So anyway, I'm glad that I remembered to pack this. So I'm gonna put this in my carry-on. I think I'm deciding to bring the carry-on after all. You girls are so funny. Lots of energy. Yeah, good to get that out before we go to the airport. Yeah. I also just realized that we totally forgot to pack blankies for the girls, and these are their favorite blankies that they usually nap with and sleep with at night. And my grandma weaved them on her loom, which is so special. So we're gonna bring those with us as well. Okay guys, I just put a little bit of makeup on. I'm getting ready for the day. The girls are napping. I actually put them down for an early nap today. Usually they nap once a day around noon, but since we're gonna be leaving for the airport at 1 o'clock, I wanted to put them down for a morning nap around 9 a.m. just because they actually were acting kind of tired. So I was like, okay, hey, if you're ready, let's go for it. And then I'm gonna wake them up by 11. They'll probably wake up before then on their own, but if they don't, then I'll wake them up at 11. And then I will let them sleep in the car on the way to the airport at 1 o'clock. Fingers crossed that that happens. Just going with the flow. But I'm getting ready now and packing all the last minute things into the carry-ons. And yeah, then we'll be ready to go. Then it'll just be lunch for the girls and for myself, and then we'll be out of here. One of my friends will pick us up and we'll head to the airport. We're on our way to the airport. Yay! Yeah, hi. You're being so good. We'll be there soon. We made it! Yay! Yeah. You girls ready to fly? And we still fit in these. Let's get to security, okay? All right, we're waiting for the elevator. Yay! You girls are doing so good. So many cool things to see, huh? Yeah. Getting through security was actually easier than I thought. There were a couple people who were really helpful, including the woman who's taking this little video. She was in line next to me and offered to help in any way that she possibly could. It was so nice. And the twins stayed nice and close to me while the bags went through security. Okay, so we made it through security. It took a little bit of time, but I had some people helping me that were other passengers that were really, really nice. So that was just really incredible. All right, now we're just waiting for the train to come. You girls are being so good, so patient. Once we got through security and to the area where our gate was, I knew exactly where we were going, so I went ahead and found a restaurant nearby, and this was a great way to pass the time. Like I said, I got there with plenty of extra time just to be on the safe side, but it's always good to have more time than less time. We went to a really cute restaurant called Root Down, and the girls were able to get some cute little kids cups of water, even though I had some as well. It's nice to give them something new. I also drank lots of water to hydrate. We also shared sweet potato fries and a salad. They were all about eating the healthy stuff. It was awesome. But it's just one of those things that even though, again, I brought food for them, I knew that they like new things better. And so it's just one of those really good tips if you're traveling with kiddos to bring in those new sensory things, and especially, play it safe if you have a little bit of extra time. Do something fun that keeps them entertained and happy. And this just worked out perfectly, sitting in a booth, and I put our bags right next to our booth, and then I put my little diaper bag on the left side of me so that they couldn't get into it. But this kind of provided a little barrier for them so that they were sitting in the booth rather than in high chairs, because I knew that they wanted to get some energy out and not just be sitting the whole time, since they were going to be sitting on the airplane soon. Dancing? Are you dancing? Yeah? Good girl. Good job. Looks like you like salad, huh? Smooth so far. Even though families with small children have priority boarding, the girls were getting a little impatient and trying to eat their shoes, which I didn't want, so I went ahead and got out a couple of their new toys that I got for the flight. One of the first things I do every time I fly with my twins is immediately disinfect everything that is within reaching of the girls, so I just have a little bit more peace of mind when they're touching things. When booking our seats, I booked one lap baby and the other baby has her own seat, so technically we have 2 seats. However, I was hoping that a third seat would be available, but it turns out that this flight is 100% fully booked, so it looks like we're gonna have a neighbor. Thank you. Yeah? Yeah? You girls are climbing all over me. Yeah. Hey girls! Yeah, are you saying hi? Are you saying hi to your neighbor? Those new toys were a big hit. Yummy? Yummy, yummy. Oh, are you all done? Is there any more in there? Oh, there's one more. Here, there's one more. There it is. Do you see it? There it is. Well, I'm really glad that I brought some new snacks for the girls that they had never tried before, because they are definitely intrigued and excited to eat these. I also tried to get the girls to drink out of either their bottles or their sippy cups during takeoff, because the motion of sucking on a straw or swallowing water can help them pop their ears, but it seems like they didn't need it, and luckily they're doing just fine. They didn't want to drink during takeoff, and that's just something that I think is, you know, a toddler thing. It's definitely all about the power struggles right now, but they're doing just fine. During the flight, once the seatbelt sign was off, I let them sit in different positions, even though I tried to get them to stay buckled as much as possible. It's just one of those things that you need to set your expectations realistically, and they like to move around. So as long as it's allowed and we're not in turbulence, I let them. I also think that God was watching out for us on this flight, because we had a neighbor that was super friendly, an older woman who said she absolutely loved little kids, and she was actually really helpful. There were a couple of times on the flight when she offered to hold one of the girls if they seemed like they needed a little bit more attention than what I could do by myself, and it was just really fun. But of course, they both sat on my lap many other times during the flight. But throughout the whole process, I was just very thankful and really amazed at how kind people were and how willing people were to help me out traveling alone with twins. At one point, I really thought that Winter was going to fall asleep in my arms because she seemed really tired, but then Summer kept wanting to play with her, so nobody fell asleep. We were all awake the whole time. I'm really excited that I'm documenting this process, because I think it's really special to see the girls flying and how interested they are in looking out the window and just taking in the whole experience traveling. So overall, it wasn't so bad flying alone with twins on the way there. They did pretty good overall. The only thing that was a little bit more of a struggle was landing and getting everyone to buckle up. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. We made it! Good job! We did it! And another elevator! Yeah! And my hair doesn't look quite as messy as I thought it might. Yeah! I'd say we did pretty well overall. He threw one fit. That one. Summer threw one fit right as we were about to land because she did not want to sit down. All right, Daddy's here to pick us up. Yay! Yay! The flight was good. I'd say overall the girls actually did really well, except for the landing, in which case what happened was Summer was the one that was sitting in her own seat and Winter was sitting on my lap, and then they both wanted to sit on my lap. And throughout the whole flight, they actually switched seats many times. One of them was on me, one of them was sitting in the seat by herself, and then at the end, one of them needed to be strapped in, and that's really what caused the issue. Was Summer did not want to be strapped in when I tried to strap her in with the seatbelt, and she just started screaming for like 5 minutes, and I was holding her and like doing all the things, and she just really wanted to like stand up on the seat, honestly, like that's what she wanted to do. And like even the flight attendant was like, it's time to strap in, and I'm like, I know. And so I tried switching them, and I tried putting Winter to sit in the seat and to buckle her up, and she didn't want to do it either. So how we landed is I ended up literally holding both of them like really snug close to me, like really tight on my lap while we landed. And then the rest of the flight was actually pretty good. The other thing that actually was really helpful was we met this older woman named Dawn, and she was so sweet. And I was kind of bummed when I figured out that the plane was gonna be like completely booked, like totally full. But then I was really glad when like a really nice lady sat next to us, and she even said, you know, is this seat taken? And I said, no, it's not, you know, and I just said, if you want to sit next to us, you know, you're welcome to. And she goes, oh, I love kids, it'll be great. And I was like, aw, okay, yay. And she was so helpful. Like, she actually ended up holding one of the babies, and they both wanted to be on my lap, because there were so many different times that they both wanted to be on my lap, and therefore she offered to have one of them sit on her lap. And it was really nice. She was great with them. Like, she was playing peekaboo with them. I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely a godsend. Aside from that, other people were really helpful in the airport too. Like when we were in security, there was actually 2 different people that offered to help. And luckily I didn't really end up really needing actually help in security, because the girls, when I took them off of the bags, they just stood right there next to me. Are they already asleep? Yeah, that's about right. They were acting really tired on the flight. Oh, too funny. I had a feeling this would happen. It's fine. They didn't have a second nap. They only had a little bit of a nap this morning. I was thinking they were gonna nap on the way to the airport, but they did not. And then also when we were in the airport, we had a ton of food. We actually went to Root Down, which is like one of my favorite healthy restaurants. We're waiting in front of a train. That's why we're sitting still. Anyway, but I took them to Root Down, which is like one of my favorite healthy restaurants, and they actually did really good. We got a booth. It was like one of those like round booths, and both of them were feeding me and themselves my salad. It was actually really cute. We were like feeding it to each other, and they seemed to really like it. And then also we had sweet potato fries. So they ate actually quite a bit, which could be why they don't seem as hungry right now. But I mean, we should definitely still try to feed them dinner now, because it's definitely past their normal dinner time. They did have snacks on the plane, and also the toys that I brought were actually really helpful. It definitely helped keep them busy for just a short period of time. And they actually did help buy time when the girls were starting to act like they needed something to keep them busy. Although I have to say, Winter actually kept herself really entertained like the whole time. She was looking out the window, she was like playing with her shoes, she was drinking her water, like she was very self-contained, whereas Summer wanted to like sit on my lap for the majority of the time. But that's okay, you know, that's just their personalities. Right now, one of them is a little bit more independent, but I feel like it depends on the week. Like they switch back and forth. One will be more independent than the other, and it just kind of depends. Actually, one other thing though that was kind of funny, when we were in line for security, this really nice lady that was behind us in line asked me if I would need help and like offered to help me out in security, and I thought it was really nice of her to offer. And then this other gentleman that was also near us in line was asking if I needed help and said, if you need anything, let me know. And then she was like, I already got it. And it was almost like they were like, they were like competing to like help us out. It was so cute. But honestly, like I said, we really ended up not needing a whole lot, although they did end up having to go through my diaper bag because I forgot to take out one of the girls' water bottles. Yeah, so that happened. Even though I took out all of the liquids and wipes from everything else, I forgot to take out that from the diaper bag, so they had to go through the whole diaper bag, and we had to stand there. And actually, she did help when I was trying to get them back into the little rolling bags, because they were kind of throwing a fit about getting back on because they wanted to like run around. And I was like, we can't do that in security. I'd say one of the best decisions that I made when we were actually in the airport was taking them to their restaurant, because the alternative was just having them like go somewhere and run around, which I think they would have been fine with. But I mean, they had tons of fun, and it still got a lot of energy out just to simply go to that restaurant And meanwhile, you know, I got to sit and eat. So that was actually really nice. So yeah, I'd say overall it was good. It wasn't as good as it was flying with you. But it was good. I also was able to network a little bit and talk to a couple of moms who had some questions about traveling with babies, and it just made me feel like really helpful. And you know, like that's part of why I started my YouTube channel, was I actually wanted to be able to help other mamas. Just like when I was learning all of the things when I was pregnant, I was like watching YouTube videos all the time to try to just learn and figure out like what the best things are for flying and traveling with babies, and also just being a twin mom. Like I was trying to figure out what to do, and now that I feel like I have figured some of these things out, like I'm not perfect, obviously. I'm learning a new thing every single day, especially just on this flight. This is the first time I ever flew alone, but I feel like I learned a lot, and I just feel like, you know, maybe my experience can help other mamas, and I hope that it does. So if you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to my channel for more tips, and also twin mom life at its finest, all the raw, real moments. And I try to be as authentic and open and transparent with you guys about tons of stuff as much as I can. So definitely like this video if you found it helpful at all, or even mildly entertaining, and definitely comment below if you're new. Say hey, let me know if you're traveling somewhere. I would love to know what your travel plans are, and if there's any other video ideas that you would like for me to share, comment those below as well. I always love hearing what you guys want to see, and I would love to be able to share more content that you enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.